Let me check the audio over here on the YouTube. Let me know. Let me know. Okay. Audio is working there. So I am, child, I am multi-stream today. I am on, Facebook and YouTube. So if you see me looking in two different places, I'm on Facebook here and YouTube somewhere up in here. I don't know. We looking all over the place. But before I start, let me also go to Facebook and make sure it's showing up. I got my little heater down here because, honey, it's cold. Okay, it looks like Facebook is not working, of course. Hello on YouTube. How are y'all today? I'm going to get started. If I have to skip the one for Facebook, I'm going to skip it because it's not even, unless I need to refresh. Okay. It's showing, but it's not showing the way I wanted it to. So whatever. We're going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. Okay. So let me go back over to YouTube because that's my platform of choice. That is my platform of choice. Oh, God. Okay, says we got a good connection. Very good. Why is it always something? Let's do it like this. Okay, there we go. Now we're back. All right, so we can go ahead and get started. Thank you to all of those who are patient with me, as I always seem to have some type of technical issue when it comes to starting these lives. Hey, Miss Cynthia. So I'm multi-streaming. I'm on Facebook and also on YouTube. So if you ask a question here and I don't see it, I'm gonna come back towards the end and answer questions because I don't want to get off track. So and then if you see if there's an issue with audio or anything like that, let me know and I will try to fix it quickly. All right. So today we are talking about, or we're asking the question, are you sabotaging your hair growth? And then three things that I see a lot when people are trying to regrow their hair or get their hair back healthy. Three things that we end up doing that we shouldn't be doing. Okay. And so we're going to go over those things today. Now, I know we're out here, we're trying to grow our hair, we're trying to get our hair back healthy. We're trying to do all of these things. We're putting in all of this effort and we are still not seeing the results that we want to see. Okay. So you might be making some mistakes that are keeping you stuck. And because I love you, I'm going to help you fix that today. So we are going to get into 3 common mistakes that may be sabotaging your hair growth and your hair health, and how to turn it around. Okay. So listen, if you are making these mistakes, as I mentioned them, just remember you are not alone. I have been there, and almost every woman that I have worked with or talked to or messaged and all of those things has had these issues as well, and wasn't even really aware or paying attention to the fact that they were doing these things. Okay. But the good news is, like I said, we can fix it. I'm going to show you how, and then we will be better off by the end of today's video. Okay. So before we get started, my name is Kendra. I'm the founder of 180 Hair, and I help women over the age of 40 regrow and restore their hair using holistic solutions. Okay. So let's get into these 3 mistakes. All right. Now, mistake number 1, and I know for a fact a lot of us do this. This is one that is just undeniable. Okay. You cannot tell me that you are not doing this, and that is product hopping. Okay. So let's go ahead and call this one out first, because I know some of y'all got a whole beauty supply store under your sink or in your cabinet or in your bathroom or wherever you keep your hair care products. You got an entire beauty supply store. All right. And just be honest, okay? How many half-used bottles of products do you have? Like half-used growth oils, half-used moisturizers, half-used sprays, hair sprays, all of those things that you got shoved in the back behind some stuff that you started using and you stopped using it, okay? Now, y'all can be quiet in the comments if you want to, but I know what's up, all right? Sometime we start out using rice water, because that's like the new thing to do, rice water. I remember when that had started. Then we're using rosemary oil, and then you're scrolling TikTok at 2 in the morning, and now you're in the kitchen making onion juice, because at one point that was the thing. Put onion juice on your scalp for hair growth, okay? And you do all these things hoping for a miracle. So we need to talk about the reasons why product hopping is a problem, okay? So let's talk about the first reason. Constantly switching products does not give your hair time to adjust and respond, okay? This is why, one of the reasons why product hopping is a problem. Listen, your hair is not Amazon Prime, friends, okay? It's not going to give you results in a couple of days. Growth takes time. And remember, the older we get, the more time it could possibly take. So when you switch products too quickly, your hair never gets the chance to benefit from the ingredients, okay? Especially if you're using something that's holistic or something that uses natural ingredients. It's kind of like dating, okay? I hate to use this analogy, but I'm going to use it. It's kind of like dating. How you going to know if it's the one if you keep jumping from product to product every 2 weeks, okay? Now, I promise it's not that the product isn't working. It's just that we're not giving it enough time, okay? Your hair typically takes 6 to 8 weeks to show noticeable improvement from a product, okay? This means you need to be consistent before deciding if it's really for you. So 6 to 8 weeks. Some people it's going to be closer to the 6 weeks, some closer to the 8, especially the older that we get. All right. So just remember that your hair needs time to adjust to ingredients, especially if you're switching from one thing to another. It's going to take time. Okay. So let's look at reason number 2. Reason number 2 why product hopping is a problem. You are wasting money. Now, reason number 2 is not enough for you to stop product hopping. Then you might as well get off this live or get off this video right now. So let's keep it real. Some of us have spent so much money chasing the next best thing, right? When you probably already have something that works, okay? You don't need 10 different oils. You don't need 5 different deep conditioners. Every single thing the internet tells you to buy, honey, we be buying it, don't we? Okay. So if you have ever bought a product and then used it twice and then now it's collecting dust, give me a thumbs up or a hands up in the chat. Let me know. Let me know if that's you. If you have bought something, you used it twice, and you was like, I'm on to the next thing. Let me know in the chat, okay? Because I know that we are not by ourselves. The problem is we have to track what's actually working, okay? And when you don't do that, you end up in this cycle of constantly trying something new without even knowing why you're trying something new, okay? Or why are you even buying that? Why are you buying this product when you already have similar products that may be working? If we go back to reason number one, we need to give it time, okay? So reason number three, product hopping is a problem, is because growth, your hair growth takes consistency. Whether you are growing your hair or regrowing your hair, it doesn't matter. No product can work overnight, and we know that. So if hair growth was instant, I would be out of business. I wouldn't even be I wouldn't even be in this business, okay? We would all be out here with waist length hair by now if hair growth was instant. But the truth is, real hair growth happens from consistent habits, not just products, okay? Products are only half of the battle when we are trying to grow our hair, okay? No oil, no butter, no serum can magically make your hair grow back in a week, but a solid routine can. So think of it like working out. If you go to the gym for 2 days, you're not going to wake up with abs, okay? But if you are consistent, over time, you will start to see the results, okay? It's the same thing with your hair. Over time, you'll start to see results, okay? All right, so what can we do to fix our product hopping problem? If you got a product hopping problem, and I see y'all with the hands up in the comments, if you have a product hopping problem, here's some things that you can do, okay, really quick. Give products at least 6 to 8 weeks before judging it. I know 6 to 8 weeks sounds like a long time, but 6 to 8 weeks is going to pass anyway. Okay, it's not like you're going to run out of weeks. 6 to 8 weeks is going to pass anyway. So set a trial period for new products. Maybe when you buy a product, write the date that you bought the product on the product or on the bottom or something so that you know how long you've had it. Okay. If you're trying something new, commit to using it again at least 6 to 8 weeks before deciding if it works. Keep track of how your hair responds. Does it feel softer? Does it feel drier? Does it feel stronger? Is there less breakage? Like, you should be tracking how products affect your hair and not just going off of what you see the 1 or 2 times that you use it. Okay, now of course, if you're using something and it's having very extreme negative effects on your hair, then of course you want to stop using it. Okay, so what else can you do to fix the product hopping problem? Is focus on ingredients over brand name. So instead of chasing brands, because I know a lot of these bigger companies can afford more marketing. You'll probably see their commercials and things more often. Their product packaging probably looks a lot more fancy. It looks prettier on your cabinet or in your bathroom or amongst all your other stuff. Instead of chasing brands, pay attention to what your hair actually loves. That's why I say it's so important to learn to read ingredient labels, okay? Knowing if it has something in it like glycerin or aloe vera. Are they using herbs in the ingredients like fenugreek or amla powder or hibiscus, okay? Does your hair need protein? And if it does the product have protein in it? Does it contain the rice water that you were making at some point? Does it contain keratin? Okay, so when you know what ingredients work for your hair, and that's one of the things I teach is understanding ingredients, then you won't be pressured to buy every new thing that you see. Okay, you will start to shop with purpose, and that is the point of shopping for hair care products, is to shop with purpose. Okay, so tracking what's working and what's not, so you're not guessing. So this is another fix. Track it. Okay, so you are not guessing. Listen, this is going to be probably the most important part of this first mistake. I can't tell you how many times I've had women come to me saying, I've tried everything and nothing works. Kendra, I've tried everything and nothing works. I'm tired of spending my money. And when I ask them what products they've used and for how long, they can tell me the products that they use, but they don't really know how long they've been using it. Okay, or how often they use it. Now, if you are not tracking your hair care routine, especially if you have a goal for hair regrowth or hair health, then how will you know what's working? Okay, so, and I'll be talking more about this in this video, but this is exactly one of the reasons why I created the Emergency Hair Care Planner. Okay, now this inside of this book is a lot of things, but one of the things that it will help you do is to track your products and track your results so you will stop wasting money. Okay, it'll help you to kind of break down what works for your hair so you can stop hopping around. It'll help you to stay consistent, okay? So you can actually see growth. It'll help you to create a plan that you can actually use, right? A plan that you can actually use for your specific hair needs, for your concerns, for your hair goals, okay? So quick recap of mistake number one. Remember, mistake number one is product hopping. So a quick recap, we want to make sure that we are giving products at least 6 to 8 weeks to work. We are paying attention to ingredients, not just brands, and we are tracking our routine to make sure we know what's working. Okay? All right. Now, mistake number two. So we are talking about 3 mistakes that could be sabotaging your hair growth. And we just talked about mistake number 1. Now let's move into mistake number 2. And this is consistency. Okay? This is not having consistency. In other words, sometimes I use a product, sometimes I moisturize, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I massage my scalp, sometimes I don't. Okay? So if your hair routine changes based on your mood, like again, some days you're deep conditioning, sometimes you're scalp massaging, sometimes you feel like you doing all the things, and then other days you're just like, well, I hope my hair makes it. And that is a problem. Okay. So let's talk about a few reasons why this is low-key ruining your hair journey. Because listen, inconsistency is keeping your hair stuck. Okay. And I do not want you to be about that life anymore. After today, you have no excuse. All right. So three reasons. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why inconsistency is a problem. Okay. First reason why inconsistency is a problem is because your hair needs routine and consistency to grow. So imagine if you had a plant, okay? You watered the plant sometimes, you fed the plant sometimes, you allowed it to get sun sometimes. Would that plant grow strong and healthy? Yes, the plant would probably still grow, but it would not grow healthy, and it would probably be struggling and gasping for air, gasping for sun, gasping for water, right? Think of your hair as the same way. It thrives when you take care of it consistently, okay? But if you are all over the place with your routine, your hair never gets a chance to reach its full potential. And when I say reach its full potential, I'm not just talking about growth, I'm talking about health, okay? Growth isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. You don't need to have 10 steps every wash day, for example, okay? But you do need to be intentional about what you're doing, and you need to have a mindset of, I'm going to stick with this until I start to see the results I want. So reason number 2 why inconsistency is a problem is because inconsistent things like moisture equals dryness, breakage, and setbacks. So one of the things that we can typically be the most inconsistent with, I've noticed, is moisture. Okay, so let's talk about moisture real quick. If you're only moisturizing when your hair looks dry, then you're already behind. Okay, dryness is a sign that your hair has been thirsty for a while. Skipping moisturizing, forgetting to seal your ends, or only deep conditioning when you feel like it can lead to breakage. Okay, and if your hair is breaking, honey, guess what? It is not retaining length. When we talk about hair growth, a lot of people think, oh, my hair isn't growing, when in fact, your hair is always growing. Usually you don't have a growth problem, you have a length retention problem, all right? So if you're not consistent with moisture, you won't see the progress of your growth because of all the breakage, all right? So that was reason number 2. Now, reason number 3, why inconsistency is a problem, is because you are skipping steps. Okay, when you're inconsistent, it is likely that you are skipping important steps. So let's keep it real. All right. You can't deep condition one week and then skip wash day the next, or whatever your routine is. I'm just using these steps as an example. Okay, so you can't do these things at 1 week or at one time and then not do it, consistently the next time, and then wonder why your hair is acting up. Okay, if you do too much starting and stopping, your hair can end up always being in recovery mode instead of growth mode. Okay, so remember, every time you stop taking care of your hair, you're setting yourself back. And then what happens? We get frustrated. Okay, we're sending Kendra emails and text messages and saying nothing is working for my hair. I'm trying everything, it is not working. When reality is, it's just inconsistency. Okay, so what are some fixes for inconsistent people? My inconsistent friends, where y'all at? I got some help for you today. Okay, first thing is keeping it simple. Now, if your routine, like say for instance, your wash day, I've seen so many videos on YouTube where these young ladies' wash days are like a full-time job. Okay. Now, if you've got a head full of thick, full, beautiful hair, then maybe you do need a lot of steps. I don't know. But a lot of my a lot of my customers there's a problem that they wish they had, right? But if you have a lot of steps in your routine, you're going to avoid it. Okay, that's just the truth. And I don't blame you. Okay, hair care does not have to be complicated. Keep your routine simple and realistic. Focus on the basics. The basics are keep your hair clean, keep your hair moisturized, and keep it protected. That's really it. If you can clean your hair, if you can keep your hair moisturized and you can protect your hair, you really don't have to do a whole lot of other stuff to it. All right. So pick set days for specific things. If you're the type that likes to wash or condition your hair, have a certain day that you do that. If you know that you have a problem with consistency. So instead of whenever I feel like it, I just wash my hair whenever I feel like it. Schedule a certain day. You may do every 10 days for wash day, every 2 to 3 days for moisturizing, every 1 to 2 weeks for a deep condition. You may decide I'll do my scalp massages 3 to 4 times a week. Consistency does not mean you have to do everything every single day. It just means having a plan and sticking to the plan. Okay. You can also use a tracker to stay on top of your routine. Using a tracker is another good way to, again, figure out what days you can do what. All right. That works with your schedule, because you may only be able to do certain things on certain days of the week because of your work schedule, because of your family, because of your obligations, responsibilities. All right. I understand that. Just be realistic. Okay. Again, the Emergency Haircare Planner has a structured routine builder inside of it. Okay. So you can build or fill your schedule based on a game plan that fits your life. Okay, so quick recap on the inconsistency. No consistency equals no progress. Keep your routine simple and realistic. Pick set days for specific things like washing, moisturizing, and certain treatments. And use a tracker so that you stay on track. Okay, we are moving right along, folks. We are on mistake number 3. So again, we're talking about 3 mistakes that could be sabotaging your hair growth. Okay. And so this is the 3rd one. And this is the one that I love. Okay. Ignoring what you eat. Mistake number 3 is ignoring what you eat. Yes, we are going there, my friends, because listen, no amount of products can outwork a bad diet. I want you to remember that. No product can outwork a bad diet. You can slather on all the oils, you can do all the scalp massages, you can do all the deep conditionings, but if you are living off coffee and processed foods, your hair is going to struggle. If you are living off caffeine, and hamburgers, your hair is going to struggle, especially once you get to a certain age. Now, you young folks, y'all do what y'all want to do. But the 40 and over crew, we got to have a different mindset when it comes to how we eat. Okay. And I know a lot of times we don't think about what we eat in relation to our hair. And don't feel bad, because most people don't. We don't even really think about how the two are connected. But the truth is, your hair is a direct reflection of what's going on inside of your body. If your body isn't getting what it needs, your hair will show it. Okay? So let's talk about 3 reasons why ignoring what you eat is a problem. Okay, three reasons why ignoring what you eat is a problem. First thing, your hair needs nutrients to grow. Your hair needs protein, your hair needs vitamins, your hair needs minerals. Okay. Now, hair is literally made up of protein. The type of protein is called keratin. All right. So if your diet is lacking protein, how is your hair supposed to grow strong and healthy? It's the same way if you think about your skin. You know, if you're drinking your water and you're hydrating and you're eating right, your skin glows. Your skin shows that. Okay. It's the same thing with your hair. It thrives when it's getting the right nutrients. But if you're doing things like skipping meals, living on processed foods, or not getting enough vitamins, your hair is going to let you know. It's just that simple. And let me tell you that deficiency related hair loss is real. A lot of people think, oh, it's just I got bad hair genetics, I just got bad genes, when really your hair is just starving for the right nutrients. Okay. All right. So reason number 2 why ignoring what you eat is a problem. All right. Dehydration equals brittle hair and breakage. So let's talk about water real quick, because I know some of us are out here living off of coffee and sodas and juices instead of hydration. I just had a conversation with a young lady a few days ago, and she told me she was addicted to caffeine. She was addicted to sodas, and she really wasn't drinking that much water. And also, she was dealing with hair loss. And I'm like, no amount of products is going to outdo the fact that you are over consuming caffeine and sugar. You got to figure out what's more important. Okay. So here's the thing. Dehydration shows up in your hair. If your body is dehydrated, your scalp will be dry. Your scalp will be dry. Your strands will be brittle, and breakage will be a regular thing. If you've ever noticed your hair feeling extra frizzy or dry, no matter how much oils or leave-in conditioner you use, that's because hydration starts on the inside. No amount of product can replace actual water. Okay, so how much water should I drink, Kendra? Aim for at least half your body weight in ounces. I've explained this before. If you weigh 200 pounds, you should be drinking 100 ounces of water. If you weigh 150 pounds, you should be drinking at least 75 ounces of water. Okay? Putting it out there. You can drink more than that, of course, if your body can handle it. I know sometimes drinking a lot of water causes bloating for some of us, like me. I used to do the gallon of water thing a day until I realized how much I was retaining water and staying bloated. So I just cut back to half a gallon. So I do try to drink half a gallon of water per day. All right. Moving on. What's another reason why ignoring what you eat is a problem? Is because gut health is linked to scalp health. I have a whole video on this. All right. Now, this might blow your mind, but your gut health affects your scalp health. All right. Your gut health, that's your stomach, your digestive system. If it's off, if you're bloated all the time, or if you're dealing with inflammation, it could possibly be messing with your hair growth. And why is that? Because your gut is where your body absorbs nutrients. Okay. Nutrients are necessary to fuel your hair. Okay. So if your gut is out of balance, your hair may not be getting what it needs. Also, inflammation of the body can lead to scalp issues. Scalp issues like dandruff, excessive shedding, even slow hair growth. So taking care of your gut is basically like taking care of your hair, including the other parts of your body. So I don't want us to just get super hyper focused on eating for the sake of our hair health, because eating right or eating healthy benefits so many other parts of our body and the systems in our body. But if you know that your digestion or your eating habits and all of that is off, and you're dealing with hair issues, doing these small changes is going to make a big difference. Okay. Now, again, staying away from super processed foods will make a huge difference in your hair health. Now, how can we fix this? So if you are somebody that ignores what you eat, how can we fix it? I'm glad you asked. Protein rich foods. Now, because your hair strands are made of mostly protein, you want to try to increase your protein intake. So that's going to be your beans, your nuts, your eggs. Listen, Google search sources of protein, because I know some of us don't eat meat. Some of us don't eat certain vegetables. Some of us got the nerve to be picky, super picky about everything we eat. Okay, so Google sources of protein. Pick some of the ones that you like, eat those. Okay. Drinking more water. Yes, I already said hydration matters. If you struggle with drinking plain water because it's nasty and you don't like the way it tastes, you can add you some flavor to it in the form of different fruits, lemons, cucumbers, berries. Set a reminder on your phone, download an app. They have so many water drinking apps. Drink a glass of water before every meal. If you do that, you actually will end up eating less. So think about that. Use a big water bottle with gold markers. Now, I don't have the one that I take to the gym, but this is the one that if I'm just around the house or if I'm out running errands, I have this little thing. And this is, I think this is, how many ounces is this thing? I can't even see it. I don't want to tilt it over. But anyway, I think it's got to be like 50 ounces. I don't know. I know it's not half a gallon. It may be close. But I try to drink most of this throughout the day, plus if I go to the gym, that's my half gallon jug that has the water, the time markers on it. So it tells you like by 9 o'clock you should be here, by 10 o'clock you should be here. Those are great. And it kind of gives you a little incentive to stay on top of your hydration. Okay. And no, coffee and juice do not count as water. so no. Now, herbal tea, you can count herbal tea as water as long as you don't add any sugar to it. Okay. So your herbal teas can count as water. You just cannot add any sugar to it. Remember that. Okay. Another thing that you can do is choose things that are rich in certain vitamins. So like vitamin C, your iron, your omega-3s, these are your hair besties. These are going to be game changers for your hair growth. Okay, so you want the vitamin C because it's going to help to boost collagen. The iron helps to prevent the shedding. It helps to deliver oxygen to your blood. Your omega-3s keep your hair shiny and strong. And listen, before y'all go out and grab supplements, okay, I talk about vitamins, and when I say vitamins, people think pills. It's not what I'm talking about, okay? Now, I know sometimes we have to supplement with a pill every now and then, but these vitamins that I'm telling you, your first response should not be going to buy a pill. Your first response should be focusing on getting these from foods first, okay? Your body absorbs nutrients best when they come from foods, because remember, a lot of these vitamins in pill form are in the synthetic form. And a lot of these vitamins in pill form, you're not getting what you think you're getting unless they have been third-party tested, which I've explained that before, but that's a whole video. If you're buying supplements, you want to make sure they are third-party tested. You want to make sure that what's in that pill or in that supplement is actually what you are paying for. Because a lot of times, these no-name, off-brand, no-brand companies are just stealing your money. Okay, you're just getting a pill full of sand or whatever. Okay. Now, another great thing about the planner, another plug for the planner. Inside of this, I break down in the nutrition and hydration guide, there is a whole section about nutrition for hair health. So there's a whole section called nutrition and hydration, right? And I'll just show you one of the pages. For example, it shows you, so here's one. This is iron. It tells you a little bit why iron is great for your hair, and then it gives you some examples of sources of iron that you can get from foods. Now, if you look at this and you're like, I don't like none of that, do like I said, Google search, okay? Do a Google search and then make yourself a little note. Write down here the things that you actually like to eat that are sources of that mineral or that supplement or that vitamin, okay? So this is going to help you with that. Now, moving on. Again, the Emergency Haircare Planner is going to be very helpful to you. You know, I just gave you the 3 reasons why you could be sabotaging your hair growth. You can understand some things that may be holding you back when it comes to your hair growth. And if you create a plan, okay, that makes it easy to stay consistent, to track your progress, and to know what to eat, you can stop self-sabotaging. Okay, it's really that simple. This planner will help you build a routine that works, that actually fits your life. And it will only work if you follow it. So let me backtrack. It will help you build a hair growth routine that fits your life. It will work if you follow it. It will help you track what's working so you can stop product hopping. And it'll help to keep your hair hydrated and healthy. Okay? Because it's going to tell you how much you should be drinking, what you should be eating, not how much to eat, because it's not a diet. It's not a weight loss book. It's just going to tell you the foods that are rich in the nutrients and the minerals that your hair needs to be healthy. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you something free. If you purchase this planner, you will get a free guide called The Ultimate Guide to Safe Hair Care Shopping. Now, I don't have a picture, or I don't have that printed out, but if you click in the description, you'll see it. It'll pop up, okay? You'll get that free guide when you get the planner. That guide is going to help you to avoid toxic ingredients and damaging ingredients that are in hair products. It's just basically going to help you to know how to read ingredient labels, just in a nutshell, okay? It's going to help you to understand how to read ingredient labels so that when you have the urge to product hop, when you have the urge to buy something that looks pretty, or you want to buy something just based on the bottle or the container that it's in, you can flip that bad boy over and say, well, let me see if what's in here is what I actually need for my hair. That's what the bonus is going to give you, okay? All right. So listen, we're about to close. We're going to get to some questions. Your hair wants to grow, okay? Your hair can grow. And most importantly, you deserve to feel happy and confident with your hair. I know it can be frustrating. Look, I have been doing this for a very long time. I know it can be frustrating when you're doing all the right things, but your hair isn't responding, okay? I've heard so many stories of that. That is the reason why I started this business. And more importantly, that's why I create tools to help people to feel or to get unstuck, okay? I know what it takes to see results. And if you are feeling overwhelmed or lost, or you're just tired of trying things that don't work, this can be a fresh start, okay? If you commit to showing up for your hair, if you use this planner, even if you don't use this planner, get yourself a journal. You should have a piece of paper or something laying around your house. Start writing out the goals that you have for your hair. Create a schedule, create a plan. You can put those reminders in your phone, in your calendar app, so that you can get reminders on, if nothing else, when to drink water, okay? You don't even have to do all of the fancy stuff I'm telling you to do. Just put some reminders to drink water. At least Google the minerals and vitamins that your hair need for healthy growth. Eat more of those. Those are small things that you can do outside of spending your money on more products, okay, to help with your hair health. All right. So if you found this information helpful, let me know in the comments. I see we got a few people over on YouTube. Just FYI, y'all, I'm multi-streaming. So if you see me looking in different directions, it's because I have 4 screens showing me on different platforms. Okay. So this wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be because everything's working, but it's just causing me to kind of look all over the place. So I do apologize if that's getting on your nerves. All right. So if you have any questions, you're still here, you have any questions, let me know in the chat before we wrap up. Okay. And let's see what we got. I saw Miss Wilma was here. Hey, Miss Wilma. She said she stopped by on a break at work. Okay. Miss Lois, hello. Oddly, good afternoon. It's so good to see you. Miss Cynthia, are you still over here on the Facebook? For some reason, like I said, I don't know why it doesn't show me who's on Facebook. And I know 2 o'clock is an odd time for a lot of people. The people are working at this time. This is just currently the time that works for me. I definitely plan on doing these at a later time to accommodate some of my friends' work schedules, some of my sisters' work schedules out there. Okay. Because I know you probably have questions that you may not get a chance to ask. So I'm definitely working on updating my live streaming times. Okay. Let me know if you all have any questions. And speaking of all of my cameras that's up, I'm going to post something to put on my let's see. Maybe I shouldn't have did that. You doing too much, friend. You be doing way too much. Oh, okay. I don't see anyone over here in Facebook. Okay, we'll keep checking. All right. Uh-oh. So, Miss Michelle, hey Michelle, thank you so much for being here. And before I see your question, make sure you all are going up there and hitting the like button, please. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. I would appreciate it. We've got 5 people on, so if you have not, please hit the like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, Miss Michelle says, I have dry scalp and no hair in the top of my head. What should I do? Okay, so 2 things. 2 things. Dry scalp and hair loss is what I'm seeing. Okay, dry scalp and hair loss. All right. Now, even though it may seem like these things are connected, we might be talking about we might need 2 slightly different approaches. Okay. And remember, when you have multiple things going on in your hair and scalp, it could be 2 different or several different things causing each thing. Okay. So a dry scalp can be caused by a few things. All right. Now, dehydration, lack of scalp nourishment, or even product buildup. So here's what you can do. I talked about this in today's video, and that's hydration from the inside out. I would first ask, how much water are you drinking? Most of the women that have asked me for help in areas dealing with dryness, that's the first question I ask. How much water are you drinking? Using a gentle oil, something like the Balm Hair and Scalp Treatment is great because it contains soothing herbs like fenugreek, nettle, burdock root, and things like that to nourish the hair and scalp. So I have those for products if you are looking for products. Even though I'm talking about using products, okay? If you purchase these, you want to make sure that you are being consistent so you are not wasting time and money, okay? Check your shampoo. So if you're using a harsh, heavy sulfate shampoo, this could be stripping your scalp of natural oils. So if you, I don't know what shampoo or anything that you use or what the ingredients are, but you may need to take a look at that. Try something more hydrating, or use like a DIY, do like a DIY herbal rinse with some herbs instead of a shampoo. If you are into doing DIYs are not for everybody, okay? And that's fine. Scalp massages. Doing scalp massages helps to increase blood flow and help distribute your scalp's natural oils. So that's another thing you can do. Okay, now that's for the dry scalp. So if we talk about specifically the hair loss at the top of your head, because you said specifically at the top of your head, hair thinning at the crown or the top of the head can be a sign of one, hormonal changes, stress or nutritional deficiencies, and then tension from tight hairstyles. So how are you wearing your hair would be a question I ask. Are you under stress? And are you getting enough nutrients in your diet? Okay. Hormonal changes, if you're over 40, over 50, that could be a reason. Again, we want to start with scalp health. All right. Healthy scalp equals healthy hair. Make sure you are keeping your scalp healthy and clean. Okay. We just talked about nutrition. Are you getting enough iron, protein, and vitamins like vitamin D? These things could be affecting your growth. You want to try to make sure you're using ingredients that strengthen your follicles, okay? And then if you start using whatever products that you're using, if you decide to use a product, again, give it 6 to 8 weeks and then track your progress, okay? I hope that answers your question. A lot of times we ask questions like this and we think that the solution is a product or, some grand thing. And a lot of times, and this is no shade or anything, but a lot of times we forget the small fundamental things, the foundational things, okay? So when I give you advice like how much water are you drinking? Are you eating a healthy diet? Are you under stress? Okay, this is the holistic approach. This is the entire premise behind the 180 collection or 180 hair, the brand that I own, the company that I own, okay? But again, checking your shampoo, things like that, scalp massages, checking your scalp, all of these are very foundational, fundamental things that I guarantee you, if you start peeling back the layers of these things, you could probably get to the bottom of why you're seeing dry scalp and thinning in the crown. Okay? Your hair can thrive again. So if we focus on the scalp health and hydration and nutrition, things can work out. If you want to create a step-by-step plan for your hair, that's where this planner is going to be helpful, okay? Not just trying to sell you on a product, but I'm giving you different tools and different options on things that could help, okay? Any other questions? Okay. Okay, let me see, because I know sometimes, all right, that was it. That was it. All right, so if there are no more questions, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. How long have we been on? We've been on almost an hour, about 50 minutes. So that's good. We got some good information in. Oh, okay. She's back. She's back. Okay, let's see. Let me go to, I see you ask, I see there's more comments and questions, but let me go back to. She says, I got blood work done and nothing was found in my blood work. So what do you mean you got blood work done? What did they look for? What were they looking for in the blood work? Did you go to a trichologist? Did you just go to a regular doctor? Were there any deficiencies? So I'm not. So back to your question. I see Michelle. You said I'm using. I use Tab Brown shampoo and conditioner. I wear my hair in twists, and I work for the U.S. Post Office. I cover my hair when I'm working. Okay. I'm not familiar with Tabitha Brown's shampoo and conditioner, but here's what I would check for. Does the shampoo have sulfates? Um, if so, it might be drying out your scalp too much. Okay. How often are you using the shampoo? Okay. If your scalp is already dry, washing it too often. I'm just trying to think what I'm gonna say. Washing it too often could be stripping your hair of its natural oils. And then deep conditioning. Since you are wearing twists, um, make sure your conditioner is hydrating enough to keep your hair soft and strong. Okay. If you notice your scalp feels extra dry even after washing it, try adding a pre-shampoo oil treatment. So, maybe oil your scalp and your hair first before washing it, and it'll help to protect the moisture. I would have to look into the shampoo and conditioner that you're using because I'm not familiar with that. I'm assuming that it's probably mostly healthy. I do know Tabitha Brown is more of a health conscious person. I don't know if that's in her products as well, but I would have to look at the ingredients. Or you could do that. You could maybe, especially the first 5 ingredients, usually those are the ones that are most prominent in the product. Google those first 5 ingredients and see if those are like sulfates or drying ingredients or something like that, something you may be allergic to. Um, Covering your hair at work. Let's talk about that really quick. Covering your hair is a great way to protect it, especially if you work outside. I'm assuming that's why you cover your hair. But it could also be causing dryness if your scalp isn't able to breathe properly. So I would ask, what kind of material are you using to cover your head? It might be absorbing the moisture from your hair. So if it's cotton, it might be absorbing the moisture for your hair. Try a silk or silk. Why am I having problems with my speech? Try a satin or a silk scarf. Okay, this will help to keep the moisture locked in. Do you ever let your scalp breathe? So if you're covering it for long hours, make sure you are moisturizing before and after covering. This helps to make sure it doesn't dry out. And then a scalp massage before bed or whenever you have time, 3 to 4 times a week at the least. Try to keep your follicles stimulated because if your hair is covered all day, you want to make sure you're doing that. Okay. And then those twists, are you keeping them hydrated? Like, are you using a light mist or leave-in spray? Light mist or leave-in spray? Are you sealing in the moisture with a lightweight oil? Are you leaving your twists in for a long time? Um, you know, those things. Hope that helps. So yes, check your shampoo and conditioner. Check those first 5 ingredients. Protect your hair under your head covering. I would just ask, are you using satin or silk? Okay, you don't want to prevent moisture loss. Make sure you're keeping your hair hydrated regularly. Okay, light mist, light oil, those things are great. Okay, iron levels, vitamins B, and diabetes. So If that's all they checked for, there's other things that, remember, your hair needs specific minerals. So you may have to do a specific type of blood panel. Let me try to look that up real quick. Let me try to look that up real quick. Because just the normal blood work that they do, like at your doctor's office, is not going to be enough to find your the deficiencies for your hair. Okay, I'm just Googling. I should know this. Okay. Yes. So it was a lot of information. So it's not really telling me like what, if there's a specific blood panel. I'll have to do some more research. But I know checking your iron and ferritin. The thing is, gosh, I don't want to say that because it's gonna sound like I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that. Let me not. So iron, vitamin D, zinc, and copper. You need to test for that. Vitamin B panel. Okay, biotin is going to be your vitamin B. Your thyroid function. These are going to be important. Thinning at the crown. So this might be good for you too, Miss Michelle. It could, I don't know, but it's saying that a thyroid imbalance, because we know that thyroid the thyroid is involved in your hair growth. Okay, it produces the hormones that help with hair growth. So if it's out of balance, that could affect your hair health as well. So if you are experiencing thinning at the crown, dry scalp, sluggish hair growth, your thyroid could be an issue. Okay, again, I'm going to put in this disclaimer. I am not a medical professional. So the advice and the information that I'm giving you does not substitute that of a doctor or medical professional. I'm just giving you information based on research and my 10 plus years of experience of doing this type of work. Okay. So the different types of blood panels is going to be, again, your iron, your vitamin D, your zinc and copper, zinc and copper, your vitamin B panel, your thyroid panel, your omega panel, or make omega-3 index test. Okay. So I don't know if a doctor's office is going to give you that level of detail on your nutrients. Is it going to give you that level of missing nutrients and vitamins and minerals? So I think you would have to ask specifically for these things. Okay. And you may have to go to like one of those clinics that just specialize in doing blood work instead of going to your doctor's office. There's some here in Texas. I don't remember the name of them, but there are some that you can go to that they just do blood panels. They just do blood work, and you can ask them if you can do a blood panel or blood panels for specific nutrients related to your hair health. I don't see why they wouldn't want to take your money and take your blood. Okay, and then you can probably get a little more information from there. Okay. Miss Michelle, you are welcome. Yes, it was at the doctor's office. She did vitamin D as well. And then when they check those vitamin levels at the office, they're just giving you they are just giving you a range. That's what I want to say. They are giving you a range. So if your iron levels are normal, it should be in this range, right? They're not going to give you a specific number that it should be. they're going to say, okay, well, you're within the normal range, so it isn't low. But that is not the case for everybody, okay? Especially certain of us. I'm trying to say what I'm trying to say without saying it. All right. Because like myself being anemic, I can't just go on the range. Like mine has to be on the higher end. Okay. If it's just in the normal range, I don't feel good. I can tell, right? When my body is low or in the normal range, I need to be closer to the higher end of the range. Okay. If that makes sense. So yeah. What else? Miss Michelle says Donna's recipe is the shampoo and conditioner bottle says no sulfates. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna see if I can Google that real quick. Real quick, I'm gonna if I can see what I can find in a couple of minutes. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time there because when I'm looking at products, I like to really take my time. I don't even see shampoo and conditioner. I'm seeing oils. Oh, shampoo, sweet potato pie. I see that. Hair cream, hair and scalp oil, biotin gummies, mousse. I guess it's this. So let's look at the shampoo. Of course, it's gonna say no sulfates. It's probably not the shampoo. It could be some of the other things we discussed. So I don't want to. I don't even see the ingredients. I'm on the website. I'm sorry. I'm looking for ingredients. Okay. So I'm just going to look at the first 5. First is water, which is normal. Second ingredient is a surfactant, okay? But it's a surfactant from coconut oil. It's generally safe, but it okay. It's a cleansing agent. So it's supposed to be gentle. So we'll move on from that. Every shampoo needs a surfactant. The surfactant is what removes the dirt. So we need that. The second thing, this is probably another surfactant. So this is a synthetic surfactant. It's mild, derived from coconut oil. Another cleansing agent. So a lot of these shampoos are going to have multiple surfactants in them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I was gonna look at the first 5. This is 4. Another surfactant from coconut oil. Okay. And then glycol. So it looks like so far you just got a lot of some moisturizer, and it increases its viscosity, so that just makes it easier to work with. It's an emollient, so that's going to kind of just make it soft and smooth. So yeah, it looks like mostly it has good stuff in it. I don't think it's the shampoo. I don't know. But I'm looking at, you got cetyl alcohol, copolymer, I don't know what that is, sweet potato extract. And it looks like she has a lot of natural extracts in here. Unless you are allergic to something here. Did the dryness and stuff start when you started using these products? Because if not, then that's not the issue. But yeah, just look into some of the other stuff that I mentioned that could be the problem and then go from there. Okay. Miss Lois says, you are right because I went to a dermatologist and she didn't even order blood work. Yeah. And, in dermatologist's defense, a lot of times their hair loss clients are a lot less than the skincare clients. And if you take that small percentage of hair loss clients that they only are getting in the first place, an even smaller percentage is Black folk, African American, excuse me. So I think that a lot of times they just don't know what our specific, I'm not going to say they don't know what we need, but they just are not maybe as experienced as a dermatologist that's of color that maybe has had more experience in dealing with hair loss for African American women over a certain age. So maybe that's something you should ask. Before you go see a dermatologist, just ask the question. You're the customer, okay? Just because they're a doctor don't mean you can't vet them. Ask the question. Do you have experience with African American women that are dealing with hair loss? And it's either yes or no. I don't have money to spend on all these dermatologists. Either you are what I need or you're not. Maybe try seeing a trichologist. I know sometimes trichologists will do I want to say free, but low cost sessions with you. And sometimes they'll do it via video chat. So just do some research on that. She was a Black dermatologist. Okay. Well, then everything I said, just let's throw it out the window. But what I said is still valid. What I said is still very, very, very valid. I've had some dermatologists reach out to me concerning my products. And guess what? I had to turn some of them down because majority of their clientele are not Black. And I can't, people with fine, thin hair that's not kinky, curly, or coily don't understand why when they use this, their hair is oily. It's not that the product is damaging or whatever. It's just I know that my products are for a certain group of people. Okay. And most people, they can't handle, their hair can't handle the oiliness versus, our hair type is more suited for heavier, thicker products. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Again, I'm trying to be politically correct here because I'm still new on the YouTube and I don't want them to kick me off for saying something that could be borderline, out of line. So, yeah. But, yeah, so I would say, Lois, before you start spending more money on blood panels and all of those things, try the foundational stuff. Try to make sure you're getting enough blood circulation. You are getting your water. You are getting the correct nutrients, okay? You are keeping your scalp hydrated and moisturized. Check those lists of things that I said that you should be, those minerals and vitamins that you should be getting for hair health, and make sure you are getting those daily and stay consistent for at least 2 months, okay? And don't buy any more products. That's going to be my advice to you. Don't keep spending money on products. Maybe try to go get your blood panel done from somewhere that is, can give you a specific blood panel for those things. And, once you do that, do your own research. Sometimes we are our best advocates because we know our diet, we know our body, we know our health better than the doctors do. Okay, you can't expect the doctors to know everything about each person. We are all individual. Okay. Whew, y'all worked me today. Are there any more questions? Are there any more questions before we go? And then if you are taking any medications, that's another thing. If you guys are on any specific medications, check the side effects. Okay, the side effects could be something to deal with your hair. Now, I know for me, the medication that I had to take after going through breast cancer, one of the common side effects was hair thinning. And I'm like, how am I gonna be on here teaching people about hair loss and hair thinning, and I'm dealing with it, right? But it was just a side effect of the medication, and it's really nothing that I can do other than maintain healthy hair until I can get off of the medication, right? So sometimes you're just fighting a losing battle until you can kind of get to the underlying solutions. Okay. What vitamins do you suggest? I want to take one a day. So I don't suggest taking vitamins. I always suggest getting your minerals and nutrients from food sources. Okay. Food sources first. Now, I do, if you have to take a supplement, do liquid form. Those are easily absorbed in your body quickly. They are absorbed in your body quicker than a pill. Because you have to remember that some pills don't even fully break down before they get out of your gut, before they leave your digestive system. Okay. And a lot of the times those pills your body doesn't absorb. That's why when you take vitamins and multivitamins, your urine is like a neon color. You're essentially peeing out all of those vitamins. So I don't personally, I'm not telling you what to take. Personally, I do not take multivitamins because I don't believe that we are fully absorbing everything in those pills. Second, if I do decide to take a vitamin or a supplement, I always choose liquid form first. Always choose liquid form. That's my second piece of advice. Okay. And third, I would always try to get my vitamins from food sources first. Now, one thing I do is because I am iron deficient, I am dealing with anemia. I have my whole life. I do take an iron supplement, but also I take liquid chlorophyll and I do powder. Dang, it was just on my mind. Wheatgrass. Yes, powdered wheatgrass. Because that's full of a lot of minerals. So I would recommend that. And I don't even have the package to show you. Wheatgrass is something that's easy to grow, but a lot of us can't just, maintain that. But you can get wheatgrass in a powder form, mix it with your coffee, your tea, your water, your smoothies, and then you can get all of your minerals that way. That's a good thing to do. I would recommend finding some type of superfood, super greens, something like that in powder form. Powder, superfood, super greens, liquid something, and then healthy foods. Always that first. Pills should be the last resort. Okay. I don't take any medication. I do take Mary Ruth liquid vitamins. Okay, those are good. Mary Ruth has good reviews. I've never taken them, but I do see a lot of good reviews. Mary Ruth has a liquid chlorophyll. I've also thought about taking that. I'll take chlorophyll every day because it's a great way to detox also. And it helps with body odor. So if you have those issues, you can take that for that. All right. And it has all of your minerals in it as well. So it's just a quick way to get some key nutrients that you need. Okay. All right, beautiful people. Any more questions? This has been a great live today. Y'all have maybe realized I need to get back to studying. That's one thing I would put on my list is to get back to studying, deeper studying into ingredients that are in things like shampoos, conditioners, things like that, because I know a lot of you all are buying these things and not really sure about the ingredients. So I think I'm going to go a little bit more in depth on that. And that's not to discourage you from buying shampoos and conditioners. I mean, that's great. You know, I just want you to know and be empowered when you purchase these products. Okay. That's it. I just want you to be aware of what you are spending your money on. That's it. That's all. I can't tell you what to buy, what you shouldn't buy, but I can teach you how to buy. Okay? How to buy these things. All right. So if that's it, my friends, I'm going to get up out of here. I got the rest of the day to myself. I'm going to enjoy it. I got to do some video editing. I'm going to do some video editing. I got to do some preparation for next week. I will be back on Thursday. Oh, and if those of you that did not get into the 21-day challenge that we started February 1st, it ends tomorrow, and it has been great. If you are not in our Facebook group, I need y'all. If you're on Facebook and you're not in our Facebook group, what are you doing with your life? I need you all to get in our Facebook group. We had a great time with that challenge. So many people have changed how they are eating, changed how they are moving their body, how they're exercising, how they're taking care of their hair and scalp in just 21 days. So we're going to try to do it every month, do a different challenge every month. But I promise you, if you get in that group, you will be helped. I'll just say that. Okay. I'm not promising miracle hair growth down your back, but you will make some changes that will have a positive impact on your overall health. And that's what's the most important. Okay. You ladies are so welcome. Thank you all for sticking with me for an hour and 17 minutes. Miss Michelle and Miss Lois, y'all keep me posted. Please keep me posted on your progress, the things that we talked about, the little bit of advice that I gave you. If you follow that, please let me know how it works out for you. I'll be curious because I promise you the issues that you ladies are dealing with, there are other ladies that are dealing with those same things. They're just not speaking up. Okay, so the fact that you all were bold enough to come in and ask questions, I promise you it's going to help someone else. I promise. That's just how it happens. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. All right. And as always, ladies, remember you deserve hair that grows strong and healthy. And it is my mission to help you get there. Thank you all again so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one.